Marketing always matters and we do it well. And everything is guaranteed, service over sales. Keep 100+ clients always satisfied. So call me Neo, what you need just to strategize. One eye on the market here to make you profit.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the market reports. We're going to be going over July of 2023. We've had some crazy stuff going on over the last few months. In June, we hit new all-time highs for average sale price and for price per square foot. So we're going to dive into July, see what happened. Did we continue to increase? Did we have a pullback? We're going to dive into it right now. The average sale price did pull back a little bit to $400,916. Still a huge increase from the previous couple of months. I mean, we're still right up there near all-time highs. So we're only up 2.7% year over year. But again, we're coming off of the all-time highs from, about this time 2022. And we saw obviously a decline throughout the end of 2022 and rolling into the beginning of 2023. The rebound after that decline has been huge. Again, we had all-time highs last month, and even with this pullback, I don't expect it's going to continue to pull back a lot. I think we're probably going to see it continue to rebound, similar to this pullback that you see here, which would have been during the April-May time. Again, if we compare over the last few years, 400,000 now. Last year, we were around 390,000. 2 years ago, 350,000. And 3 years ago, we were under $290,000 as the average sale price. So if you just look over the last 3 years, the increase, 288,000 up to 400,000 has been huge. And again, there's a lot of factors involved there. It's partially, when the pandemic hit, it drove inventory down, and we really have never rebounded from that low inventory. We still have low inventory. And another thing is a lot of money was printed and distributed during that time. So there was more money in the system, and obviously that will drive prices up. Take a look at price per square foot. The average price per square foot this month is $226. It was, again, a slight pullback from last month, but again, we're still above previous all-time highs. Home values are doing great. If anybody's waiting for a crash or expecting a big pullback, I don't see it. The data's not showing it. Even Zillow and Realtor Redfin's estimates for the year are being blown out of the water so far. They're having to amend their estimates going forward. They're calling for like a 6% increase this year and a 7% increase next year. So, if you're waiting for prices to drop, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, hopefully rates will start to drop coming soon. That's a possibility. We'd love to see rates drop. But as far as home values and home prices, I don't think we're going to see it. Taking a look at new listings, we have 287 this month. Again, a huge pullback. Like, we're just not getting enough new inventory to support the buyers in the market right now. Since 2023 started, we started to rebound. We've kind of seen a slow increases in new inventory, but we're dropping off again. And the big issue here is that sellers have great interest rates on their homes right now. If you're sitting in a 4% interest rate, a 3.5% interest rate right now, and somebody's telling you you're going to be paying 7.5% on your new home, that's a pretty tough pill to swallow. So a lot of people are happy to sit in their homes with low interest rates for a while and wait for those rates to come down. Comparing new listings to the previous few years, again, we had 287 this last month compared to 379 a year ago, 406 2 years ago, and 411 3 years ago. And again, these were low inventory years too. The pandemic was not a great time for new inventory, but definitely we are super low right now. And again, I think interest rates are the primary culprit there. Homes for sale. We have 411 on the market right now. Again, this is basically total inventory in Tulare County. There are 411 homes for sale in Tulare County compared to, you can see it was much higher. 3 years ago, nearly 900 homes, which is, it's definitely twice. It's easily twice what we've got now. So, again, we're going to keep talking about this. It's going to be the important point because to me, this is the biggest risk factor in the market right now. And it's the thing that's, it's kind of artificially driving up home prices in a way. But again, it's supply and demand, right? If there's no supply and you still have demand, this is what's going to happen. And we need to get some more supply on the market. We need sellers. We need builders to be building. And we just need more housing altogether. Taking a look at pending sales, we have 280 this month, which again has been increasing nicely since the end of 2022 going into 2023. Buyers are in the market. They've adjusted to the higher interest rates. It's the sellers that are having a hard time swallowing it and having a hard time giving up the good interest rates that they have now and putting their homes up for sale. Looking at pending sales from the last 3 years, again, 280 this month, 309 last year, 314 2 years ago, and 363 years ago. A little bit low, but nothing crazy compared to some of the other issues that we're seeing. Closed sales, 216 this month. Now this actually dropped off significantly, and to be honest with you, I don't really have a theory why. With pending sales doing what it was doing, it's been kind of even or increasing for the last few months. It didn't have a big drop, so I'm not really sure what precipitated this. But we are where we are, and hopefully this is a sign, or not a sign, that buyer activity is dropping off. Again, the showings per listing is another thing that I didn't talk about on here, but there's another statistic called showings per listing, and we're right around 4 showings per listing last month, and that's actually pretty low too, so that dropped off. So these are the 2 indicators that I would look at that make me wonder if buyer activity is going to start to drop off, but when you look at pending sales and things like that, I just don't think it's going to happen. And again, with such low inventory, it would have to drop off a lot to really be impactful. Again, 218 closed sales this last month in July compared to 322 a year ago, 344 2 years ago, and 379 3 years ago. Significantly lower than we would expect in July. Days on market is another factor that we watch that's not, price specific necessarily, but it does give us an idea of buyer activity. It's been steadily declining since the end of 2022 and did have a bit of a rebound last month. And this might even be the last 2 months. I'm not 100% sure, but it has been rebounding a little bit, showing that buyers maybe are slowing down a little bit. Again, months of inventory, the biggest concern on the market right now. You can just see it's absolutely dropped off. It was super low during the pandemic, even though you saw new inventory was a little bit higher than we're seeing now. The buyer activity was just off the charts then. You know what I mean? Everybody was work from home. Everybody was having to stay home. So, buyer activity just flew through the roof, and we couldn't keep enough inventory on the shelves at that point in time either. It's a little bit different reasons now. Again, we just don't have the sellers in the game to support the buyers that we have. It's not that buyer activity is particularly insane. So in summary, the average sale price pulled back a bit in July after jumping to new all-time highs in June. Buyer activity dropped off pretty significantly, though, with an average of 4 showings per listing. Price per square foot pulled back slightly to $226 per square foot, which is still higher than the previous all-time highs from 2022. New listings dropped off again, with only 287 new properties hitting the market in July. This is a super concerning trend in my opinion, because it's keeping home prices elevated. And I'm not saying they're elevated artificially. There's a lot of good reasons for home prices to be elevated, but when you look at supply and demand, obviously the extremely low supply is what's driving it, not an extreme demand at this point. Pending sales increased in July while closed sales dropped off significantly. Buyer activity does seem to be lower than a typical summer as people hope to see reduced interest rates soon. Homes for sale are extremely low, so our inventory is extremely low, sitting all the way down at 1.7 months of inventory. And again, this is the biggest concern that I have in the real estate market right now. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next month to cover the statistics from August. Take care.
We gon' on the market, we gon' on the market. Got 5 stars on Google, so you know it's honest. Alpha Omega, we don't mess with them Decepticons, and we can handle all your needs. Ask David, huh? Having a little trouble, ask David, huh? When they never get it done, ask David, huh? They gon' wanna give a hand, ask David, huh? Need someone to set the day, ask David, huh? David, huh? David, huh? When they all falling short, pass me the baton.